Good day everyone, I'm Teacher Justin and let's talk about geometric means. Geometric means is finding the missing terms of our geometric sequence. So dito, we're given our geometric sequence pero nawawala yung mga terms sa gitna nilang dalawa. So in order for us to solve the missing terms, kailangan nating makuha yung ating common ratio. So to get the common ratio, we will still use the formula a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. So, ito yung gagamitin nating formula to solve for the common ratio. Now, to solve this, let's start first with identifying kung ano yung mga given. So, dito we're given the first term. We're looking for the second term, third term, fourth term, and we're given the fifth term of our geometric sequence. So, lista natin. We have the first term, which is 5. Our fifth term, which is 405, and our number of terms, yung total number of terms natin dito is 5. So, let's find our common ratio. So, ano yung multiply natin kay 5 to get the next term, and so on and so forth. So, let's substitute our given. So, our a sub n is 105. Our first term is 5 times r raised to n, which is 5, minus 1. So, let's simplify this. We have 405 is equal to 5 times r raised to 4. Now, let's divide both sides by 5 para ma-isolate natin yung r. So, cancel na yung 5. 405 divided by 5 will give us 81. Now, we have r raised to 4 is equal to 81. Now, para matanggal natin yung ating exponent na 4, so we have to get the fourth root of each term. So, the fourth root of r raised to 4 is r, and the fourth root of 81 is 3. Now, our common ratio is equal to 3. So, we will multiply our first term by 3 to get to the next term. So, 5 times 3 is 15. 15 times 3 is 45, and 45 times 3 is 135. Tapos, 135 times 3 is 405. And that will complete our geometric sequence. Tada! Alright. So, let's find the missing terms of this geometric sequence. So, we have here negative 6, blank, blank, 384. So, para ma-complete natin tong geometric sequence na to, we're going to solve for our common ratio. Now, to solve for our common ratio, ang gagamitin nating formula is a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. Now, let's identify our given. So, our given, we have the first term, then we have blank, blank, tapos we're given the fourth term of our geometric sequence. So, ang first term natin is negative 6. Our last term, or our fourth term is 384, and our number of terms, we have 4. Now, let's substitute them to our formula. So, we have 384 is equal to negative 6 times r raised to 4 minus 1. Okay, now let's simplify our exponent. So, we have 384 is equal to negative 6 times r raised to 3. Next, let's divide both sides by negative 6 para ma-isolate yung ating variable r. So, 384 divided by negative 6, that will give us negative 64. Now, let's get the cube root of both sides to remove the exponent. So, that will give us the value of r, which is equal to negative 4. Now that we have the value of r, the common ratio, we have to multiply the first term by negative 4 para makuha natin yung second term. So, negative 6 times negative 4, we will have 24. 24 times negative 4 will give us negative 96, and that will complete our geometric sequence. Tada! Alright. Okay, let's complete this geometric sequence. So, we're given 7, blank, 28, blank, blank. So, para ma-complete natin itong geometric sequence na to, we're going to need to identify our common ratio. So, anong i-multiply natin kay 7 para makuha natin yung next term and to get to the next term and so on and so forth. So, we will use the formula a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. So, let's identify our given. So, dito sa sequence natin, we're given the first term. Ito yung second term, blank siya. Third term, fourth term, and so on. Pero hindi na natin isasama yung susunod na pattern. Kasi ang kailangan lang natin, meron tayong first term at meron tayong last term. So, yung first term natin is 7. Ang last term natin, which is the third term, we have 28. Tapos, yung number of terms natin, so far, we have 1, 2, 3. So, tatlo lang. Kasi yung susunod ng mga terms is blank. So, ang kailangan lang natin is yung merong first and last term. So, ito lang yung first and last term natin. So, we will not consider these two blanks. So, let's substitute our given. So, our last term is 28 is equal to 7 times r, which is missing, raised to 3 minus 1. So, simplify natin yung ating exponent. So, we have 28 is equal to 7 times r raised to 2. Now, let's remove 7 and isolate the variable r. So, let's divide both sides by 7. Cancel na si 7. And then, 28 divided by 7 will be equal to 4. Now, we have r squared is equal to 4. So, let's get the square root of both sides. So, the square root of both sides, r squared will be r. And square root of 4 will be 2. And that will be our common ratio. So, for the first term, i-multiply natin siya by 2. So, the second term will be 14. 14 times 2 will be 28. 28 times 2 will be 84. And 84 times 2 is 252. And that will complete our geometric sequence. And that's it. Ta-da! Alright. Okay. Let's find the missing terms of this geometric sequence. So, meron tayo ditong blank, blank, 80, blank, blank, tapos 640. So, let's complete this geometric sequence. So, para ma-complete natin tong geometric sequence na to, we need to identify kung ano yung common ratio natin na i-multiply to our terms to get to the next term. So, dito, we're going to use our formula for geometric sequence. A sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. Now, identify natin kung ano yung given natin. So, kailangan natin ng first term at last term. That's why we will start our counting dito kay 80. So, 80 will serve as our first term muna kasi siya yung ating term na may value. Tapos, itong blank na to will be our second term, third term, and ito yung 640 will serve as our last term, which is the fourth term of our sequence. So, disregard muna natin yung dalawang space sa ating left side ni 80. Now, let's identify our given. So, dito sa ating in-establish, our first term is 80. Our last term, the fourth term, is 640. And the number of terms will be, bilangin natin yung number of terms from 80 to 640. So, 80. So, that will serve as 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, pang-apat si 640. Now, kompleto na yung ating given. Let's substitute them to our formula to solve for the value of r. So, our last term is 640. It is equal to 80 times r. Okay, yan yung hinahanap natin. Raised to 4 minus 1. So, let's simplify our exponent. So, 4 minus 1. So, 640 is equal to 80 times r raised to 3. So, magiging 3 yung ating exponent. Tapos, let's divide both sides by 80 para ma-cancel out natin yung 80 at ma-isolate yung r na variable natin. So, 640 divided by 80, that will give us 8. So, meron tayo ditong r raised to 3 is equal to 8. Then, we get the cube root of both sides para matanggal yung exponent na 3. So, the cube root of r raised to 3 is r. And the cube root of 8 is 2. So, our common ratio for this sequence is 2. So, para makuha natin yung next term natin from 80, we will just multiply it by 2. It will be equal to 160. So, 160 times 2, and that will give us 320. Now, check natin. 320 times 2, 640. Now, paano natin makukuha yung nasa left side ni 80. Kung papunta tayo sa right side, nang multiply tayo by 2, if we're going to the left side naman, gagawin natin yung opposite ng ginawa natin sa right side. So, kung nag-multiply tayo dito, magde-divide tayo sa left side. So, 80 divide by 2, that will give us 40. Tapos, 40 divided by 2, that will give us 20. And that will complete our geometric sequence. And that's it. Ta-da! Alright. Let's complete this geometric sequence. So, we have here 81 over 16, tapos blank, 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 tapos 1. So, in order for us to complete this, kailangan natin makuha yung ating common ratio. So, ano yung i-multiply natin dito sa term na to get to the next term? So, the formula that we're going to use to find our common ratio will still be the formula in getting the nth term of our geometric sequence. So, we have here a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. So, let's identify our given. So, dito sa ating sequence, we're given our first term, which is 81 over 16. Tapos, itong katabi niya will be the second term, third term, fourth term. Tapos, yung 1 will serve as our fifth term. And also, the last term of this sequence. Now, since nakuha na natin yung first term, ang first term natin is 81 over 16. Our last term is equal to 1. Okay? The number of terms naman is, we're given 5 terms. So, 5. Substitute natin sila dito sa ating equation. That will give us 1 is equal to 81 over 16 times r raised to 5 minus 1. Now, let's simplify the exponent first. So, we will have 1 is equal to 81 over 16 times r raised to 4. Now, tanggalin natin si 81 over 16. So, let's divide both sides by 81 over 16. So, makaka-cancel out si 81 over 16. Another way of removing 81 over 16 is to multiply both sides by the reciprocal. Para hindi na natin isi-simplify si 1 over 81 over 16. That will just give us 16 over 81. So, ganun yung mangyayari. We multiply both sides by the reciprocal of 81 over 16. Now, let's remove the exponent of r raised to 4. So, we get the fourth root of both sides para makancel si exponent. So, r will be equal to 2 over 3. Ayan. So, 2 over 3 yung ating common ratio. So, para makuha natin yung ating susunod na term, yung first term natin multiplied by 2 over 3, that will give us 27 over 8. Tapos, multiply ulit natin ng 2 over 3, that will give us 9 over 4. And then, multiply ulit natin siya by 2 over 3, that will give us 3 over 2. And if we multiply 3 over 2 by 2 over 3, that will give us 1. And that will complete our geometric sequence. Ta-da! Alright. And that is it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have comments, questions, recommendations, suggestions for my next video, please leave them in our comment section below. Share this video and subscribe. And for more videos like this, you can go to my channel, Teacher Justin. And that is it for today. Again, I'm Teacher Justin. Goodbye, God bless, and stay safe. See you on my next video. Peace.